Alright, I have another short video called Percent to Fraction to Decimal, and if you pan up I will have another one called Decimal to Fraction to Percent. It's almost like a fact family if you really think of this in general terms, because we're basically doing the same thing over and over. This is going to be very similar to one of the last videos that you may have watched with me. I'm going to first start down here with 72%, and the question asks that I've got to make it into a fraction and into a decimal. If I've got 72%, I need to remember that percents are out of 100. So I've got 72. So that just means I've got 72 out of 100. Now if you think of this as a fraction, I've got 72 hundredths. Make sure that is on it, 72 hundredths. And remembering my decimal, I've got my tenths and my hundredths, and I've got 72 of them, so it's real easy as 72 hundredths. 72 hundredths. So 72% is the same as 72 over 100 and 72 hundredths. Now some of you who are playing at home may be able to do this faster than I can. I have 45%. Remembering that percent is out of 100. I've got 45, real easy, 45 over 100. Now think to yourself, I have 45 hundredths. So I'll go ahead and have my tenths and my hundredths. Nice and neat, clean, fits in there, 45 hundredths. Now moving to my next slide, decimal to fraction to percent. If I look at this fraction, I see that I have 28 hundredths. Oh, hundredths. So I'm going to my fraction next, so it's going to be hundredths. So how many do I have? I have 28. I have 28 hundredths. So next I need to move to my percent, and if you've watched all these other videos, I see I have 28 out of 100, and my percent is always out of 100, so I should have 28%. Now this is always the tricky one. I actually have 4 hundredths. Remember, I am in hundredths, and I only have 4 of them. So I have 4 hundredths. This is the trickiest of them all. This is why I will always do this. I have my tenths and I have my hundredths. If I look, I have 4 hundredths. Oh, I have 0 tenths. If I think about this, it's still out of there. Making it a percent, I would only have 4%.